The sharp sound of polished heels echoed against the cold marble of the terminal, punctuating the silence with purpose. "Doctor," Maya Bennett paused, her hand tightening around the handle of her designer suitcase. She took a deep breath, her gaze focused on the sleek private jet waiting for her. In that moment, she made a deliberate choice. Today, she wouldn't let anyone's assumptions define her. Maya was no stranger to being underestimated. She had built an empire from the ground up, turning Harper Holdings into a powerhouse in the tech industry. Yet, despite her countless achievements, the weight of prejudice continued to shadow her success. As she approached her jet, a mixture of pride and irritation swirled within her. This wasn't just a flight, it was a symbol of her hard-earned triumphs. But instead of the warm welcome she expected, a cold, condescending voice stopped her in her tracks. "Can I help you, ma'am?" The captain's tone was clipped, his words heavy with doubt. His gaze flicked over her, making no effort to hide his assumptions. Maya felt the familiar sting of stereotyping, but she didn't flinch. She met his gaze with calm determination. "I'm here for the flight to Chicago," she said evenly. The captain's smirk deepened. "This is a private jet," he replied, emphasizing the word private as though it excluded her. "You might be at the wrong gate." Maya's chest tightened, but she kept her composure. This wasn't the first time someone had questioned her right to belong. Today, however, she decided she wouldn't let it slide. "This is gate 7, isn't it?" she asked, her voice calm but firm. Before the captain could respond, a flight attendant named Aaron approached, clipboard in hand. "Is there an issue here?" Aaron's gaze flicked between Maya and the captain. "She thinks she's on this flight," the captain said dismissively. Without a word, Maya unlocked her phone and pulled up her confirmation email. She handed it to Aaron, her silence speaking louder than any argument. Aaron's confident demeanor faltered as she read the email. "Everything seems to be in order," she admitted, reluctantly handing the phone back. The captain's jaw tightened, but Maya didn't gloat. She stepped past him and boarded the jet with quiet authority. Each step onto the aircraft felt like a reclamation of her rightful place. Inside, the opulence of the cabin was undeniable. Soft leather seats, polished wood accents, and the faint scent of fresh orchids greeted her. Normally, the sight would bring Maya a sense of satisfaction, but today it felt hollow. The confrontation lingered in her mind, a stark reminder of the barriers she continued to face despite her success. Moments later, Captain Carter followed her onto the plane. His tone was now forcibly polite. "Dr. Bennett, there seems to have been a mix-up with the manifest. This flight is reserved for Harper Holdings executives." Maya turned to face him, her expression cool but piercing. "I'm aware," she said simply. "I set those protocols myself. I am the CEO of Harper Holdings." Her words landed like a thunderclap. The silence that followed was deafening. Aaron's face paled, and the younger flight attendant behind her looked visibly uncomfortable. Maya let the moment stretch, her unwavering gaze demanding accountability. "You assumed I didn't belong here because of how I look," she said, her voice calm but sharp. "If that's not the case, then tell me what it was." The captain opened his mouth to respond, but no explanation came. His confidence, so evident moments ago, had crumbled under the weight of her presence. Without waiting for an answer, Maya pulled out her phone and made a quick call. "This is Dr. Maya Bennett," she said, her tone clipped but controlled. "I need the terminal manager at gate 7 immediately. There's an incident with my crew that requires urgent attention." As she ended the call, the tension in the cabin was palpable. Maya's heart raced, but outwardly she remained composed. This was about more than her. It was about standing up for every person who had been dismissed, judged, or underestimated. When the terminal manager arrived, Maya recounted the events with precision, her words cutting through any attempted excuses. Effective immediately, she said firmly, "Captain Carter and Aaron are relieved of their duties. Their actions today do not reflect the values of Harper Holdings." Captain Carter's face flushed with indignation. "Dr. Bennett, this was all a misunderstanding." "No," Maya interrupted, her voice like steel. "It was a choice, and choices have consequences." The terminal manager nodded, his demeanor professional but tense. "Understood, Dr. Bennett. I'll handle the necessary steps." Maya's gaze lingered on the crew for a moment longer. "Respect isn't optional," she said quietly, her words carrying the weight of every battle she had fought to get here. "It's a requirement." She turned away and reclaimed her seat with the same quiet authority she had displayed throughout. Outside, the engines began to hum, signaling the start of her journey. But for Maya, The real victory had already been won. As the jet ascended into the clouds, Maya gazed out of the window, her reflection blending with the endless blue sky. The confrontation was over, but its significance lingered. This wasn't just about the crew's ignorance. It was about every moment she had fought against similar assumptions to get where she was. Yet, this time was different. This time, she had turned the tables not with anger, but with the quiet power of self-assurance in action. Maya thought of the countless others who face similar judgments daily, often without the means or platform to challenge them. Her actions today weren't just about protecting her dignity. They were a statement for anyone who had ever been dismissed, underestimated, or treated unfairly. In the silence of the cabin, Maya allowed herself a small, satisfied smile. Respect wasn't something to beg for. It was something to demand it through words, but through actions. Reaching for her tablet, she began drafting new policies for Harbor Holdings crew training. The lesson wasn't just for Captain Carter and Aaron. It was a commitment to ensuring her company stood for the values she believed in: respect, equity, and accountability. As the jet soared higher, Maya's resolve solidified. Today, she hadn't just defended her place. She had redefined what it meant to lead with strength, fairness, and purpose. Her journey wasn't just about reaching her destination. It was about creating a path for others to follow. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends. To subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.